Hello students, so today we will be covering Robotics and Artificial Intelligence code 66 code, and in particular today we will talk about the class 10 curriculum, and the part 1 is robotics. Now I have already covered the chapter 1, which is on new age robotic systems, and I have already started chapter 2, that is the journey from robots to cobots. We have already talked about difference between machine and robot in our first video, and today I'll talk about cobots in particular, and then in the third part we will talk about robots versus cobots. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so cobots, in short for collaborative robots, right? Now you see the word here, collaborative. So what does collaboration means? Basically, collaboration is the act when two or more people, normally we use the word collaboration between humans, right? That is the act when two or more people work together. And why do they work together? To achieve a common goal, right? And how do they do that? By sharing ideas, knowledge and resources. And so when this collaboration is between robot or between robots and humans, you must be wondering, and this is what we are going to find out, right? So you see, a cobot or a collaborative robot is basically a robot which has been specifically designed to work alongside humans in a shared workplace. So this means collaborative robots work in collaboration with humans. Okay, now what about traditional robots? Well, traditional robots, they work in isolation, right? And that's why we have got cobots, because in the modern life we need robots which can work alongside us, not to replace us but to augment us. Okay, and so cobots have been built in safety features and intuitive programming, and this allows direct interaction and collaboration with human workers. So, as I have been saying, the core idea was never to replace humans but to augment their capabilities, right? Now in news or so, whenever you hear the word that because of AI and because of robots more and more people are losing their jobs, so basically what this signifies is that people who are not that much skilled enough, they are simply losing their job, because those skilled things can be now done by robots. So what do people do? Are all the people getting jobless? No, there are still people out there, and you will still see that more and more jobs are coming up. So now we require more skilled humans that will work in collaboration with AI and robotics and data science. So what is the need of the hour is basically more and more skilled. Okay, so all the basic work that people used to do, that people who used to do and get their money or job or income, those sorts of jobs now they will not exist. They will cease to exist. Since the job itself will cease to exist, so the people who will be doing those jobs, they will become jobless. But remember, instead of that, now new jobs will be created which will require even more skilled people in a different areas. So what you need to do, students, is ensure that you have the proper skill. Now skill has sometimes nothing to do with marks or all that. You understand something, and based on that understanding, something comes in the examination and you write down the answers. You get good marks. It means that what part of the knowledge some you know. It doesn't mean that you know everything. Come on, think about it. Think about the math syllabus. 100 marks paper. Does it cover the entire, all the different aspects of your books that you have learned throughout the year? No, it's impossible. Only a part of that knowledge is being questioned in the examination, and the guy gets, who is a topper, basically topper means he or she has just got adequate knowledge in that particular sections. It never means that he or she understands everything. But when I am talking about skilled humans, what I mean to say that you must have very good knowledge Okay, so this is yet another reason why people are losing jobs. People most of the time, they concentrate on getting marks, getting degrees from good institutions instead of learning skills, and that's why they are becoming more and more jobless. We have to concentrate on skills. Okay, so you see, taking over the tedious, repetitive and ergonomically challenging jobs. Now these are all done by robots with the help of artificial intelligence, data science, right? So while humans provide the cognitive skill, problem solving abilities and dexterity. Okay, so don't get disheartened by the news itself. You have to properly analyze the situation, just as how I have told you right now. So let's now talk about some more concepts. So humans are in the loop. Now this is the defining characteristic. The human is an integral part of the work process. The cobot might handle the heavy lifting or precise repetition, but the human guidance is necessary, and that basically makes the quality check. The human makes the quality check and handles the complex decisions. Okay, that's why jobs like IAS, okay, Indian Foreign Services, other administrative jobs, they will never be replaced by robots and artificial intelligence and data science, because they will require human based decisions, extremely complicated decisions, right? Now you have to look at the person in front of you, try to understand its feeling. The person maybe is unable to express everything. You have to understand those feelings. A robot as of now 2025 is incapable of understanding those human emotions, right? So there is so much scope for you. Good. Now next is the provision for human interaction. You see, cobots are built with features that make this interaction safe and easy. Okay, now force limiting. Now you see, cobots have basically sensors that detect unexpected force. Now if they bump into a person, they will automatically stop or retract so that the person doesn't get hurt. Okay, now you see, cobots also have rounded edges, soft edges. This ensures that the person or any surface doesn't get damaged, person doesn't get hurt, minimize injury risk. That's the idea. Again, easy programming. Now cobots can often be taught by physically moving the robot arm through the desired task, that is hand guiding, rather than requiring complex code. Okay, now again, you have to understand that this is achieved through a multi-robot system. A single workplace, you see, can have multiple cobots working together with one or more humans. They can be coordinated to perform a larger, more complex task. Example, one cobot holds a part while another works on it, and again a human supervises these two cobots. Okay, so let's now look at the table where we can see the difference between cobot and a traditional robot. So first, primary goal. Well, traditional industrial robots, they are fully automated. They replace human labor for a task. What about cobots? Well, they are, as I have told you, they are designed to assist and augment human labor, never to replace them. Okay, next, you see, traditional robots, they are isolated. They must operate in a safety caged area away from people. And cobot, they are shared. They work safely right next to humans in an open space. You see, this is the third part where I will be talking more about it, but just let me show you some of the differences. See, this is a robot working in a safety caged area. Okay, whereas cobot, it is working in collaboration with a human being. See, again, a robot working alone. Okay, it's doing the task. Whereas the cobot, you see, it has got this one. This one is just an arm, whereas this has got some human face to interact with. This is working along with human serving. Say for example, you go to a restaurant, you order something, and you might be surprised to find that the order is being taken and the food is being served just by a robot like this. So this is not a robot, basically a cobot. Now next about safety. Well, you see, robots, industrial robots, they can be inherently dangerous. You see, they relies on external safeguard like fences, light curtains for safety. What about cobots? The safety feature is inherently built, so they are inherently safe. They have got built-in sensors and force limiting design for safe contact. So suppose you are sitting, suppose you are walking on a road, not sitting, walking on a road, okay, and you are always observing with your eyes, hearing with your ears. So this ensures that you don't get hurt, you don't collide with a car, any vehicle, you don't collide with another human. Okay, so cobots, they also have got such sensors, right? Now what about flexibility and setup? Well, robots, they can be difficult and time consuming to program and deploy for new tasks, whereas cobots, they are highly flexible, they are easy to program, and they can be easily moved to new tasks or locations on the factory floor. Okay, of course, the cost for a robot is a significant investment because you are replacing humans. Okay, so the first time you need a lot of investment, lots of money is required in the robot itself, plus integration and safety systems. Now it is important that people often don't remember is that even if we have got industrial robots in a factory, you still require humans. Why? Because the robot might get malfunction, it might not work properly. So for diagnosis purposes, okay, so you need at least a human who will take care of the maintenance stuff. Again, another important thing, most of the robots, they are now connected to the internet, right, to get the data to get the knowledge of how much work has been achieved. And we live in a very dangerous world right now. Cyber warfare is all the time out there. So for that also you need a cyber security expert who will ensure that the robots are not being hacked to do something different, right? So even if the robot works isolated, you still require humans for maintenance, you still require humans for cyber security. Okay, so keep this in mind. This is often not mentioned in the textbooks. Okay, good. So example tasks for robots: welding car chassis, high speed packaging, painting, वगैरह वगैरह. Okay, what about cobots? They can easily handle tools to an assembly worker, packaging finished goods from a work cell and all that. Okay, so now before I finish, let me again write down the importance of cobots. So basically these cobots are revolutionizing manufacturing and other fields for several key reasons. Number one, increased productivity. You see, they automate the boring and repetitive parts of a human job. Okay, freeing the worker to focus on more value added tasks. This is what I want to tell you. The person is not being replaced, but now he is getting the opportunity to focus on more value added tasks. That will require critical thinking and dexterity. Remember, all these cobots, robots, they are not made by robots. They are made by humans, intelligent humans, very skilled humans. Do you think you are right now able to create a robot which will make pizza for you? No. Why? Because you are still not skilled enough. You have to learn lots of things, including artificial intelligence, data science, robotics, to create a robot. It's not just money. Come on, I give you lots of money. Still, will you be able to do the programming? No, you are not skilled enough. That's the thing I want to tell. That's the thing I want to stress. You have to increase your skill. Boring jobs, let the robots do. Come on, think what is happening in your house. Kamwala, they do all the boring chores of your house, right? So that your mom and dad, they can concentrate on more important things, right? That's the idea. Okay, so overall, increased productivity. So use of cobots lead to significant boost in overall output. Okay, next, improved ergonomics and safety. Now they take over the tasks that are physically taxing or dangerous for humans, such as heavy lifting. You know, sometimes repeated heavy lifting can hurt your backbone. It's very dangerous. So keep this in mind. Repetitive strain motions, or working with harmful materials. Now this reduces workplace injuries and fatigue. Okay. Again, SME accessibility. Now, traditional robotics automation was only feasible for large corporations like automotive giants. Now, Cobots, with their lower cost and ease of use, have now made automation accessible to small and medium-sized enterprise or SMEs, right? And this is basically revolutionizing the entire productivity, entire industries of every country. Now, what about enhanced human skills? Of course, these cobots, they augment human capabilities, creating a hybrid workforce where muscle and memory are provided by a robot and judgment, flexibility and problem solving are provided by the human. Okay. Again, quick ROI and flexibility, because they are easy to deploy and redeploy for different tasks. Companies can see a return on investment very quickly and adapt them to changing production needs. Okay, so now let me give you a brief understanding of the progress from robots to cobots. You see, first we have got separated caged robots, and then progress was made. There were so many reasons for making coexisting robots, that is robots in the same factory, and after that we have got collaborative robots, that is working hand in hand with humans. So basically this evolution represents a shift in philosophy from using automation to replace people to using it to empower people. Now, before I finish, my dear students, let me ask you a tricky question. Okay, this is important. Now the question is, often you will see your parent, your mother and father, they are asking you, don't do that. Okay, don't do this. So you will think that this is just an instruction. Now, I argue that this is a sort of collaboration. Can you justify? What do you think? First of all, you have to understand, why is your parent asking you not to do something? This might hurt you, or will this be injurious? What do you think? Is there any collaboration involved in this? First, again, do you think that your parent have done this thing and they have suffered as a result and they have learned from that lesson, and that's why they're passing on to that knowledge to you? If yes, then this is of course collaboration. They are sharing their own experience with you. There can be another possibility. Someone near or dear, a friend, a relative, they have gone through that experience, they have suffered. Your parents know of this experience, and then your parents, they are sharing someone else's experience with you. So all those instructions, you might feel rigid because of your adolescence age. They are basically collaboration experiences. Okay, you see, from your parents you get many things, and these instructions are nothing else but just experience. How do you think we have progressed like this? How do you think? We were initially, many years ago, we were living in caves. This is all possible because of this collective effort by human beings, sharing of experiences, whether in written form, whether in other speech form, or all that. So try to think about it, okay, and tell me what do you think about it as well.